Laughing Loon Custom Canoes and Kayaks presents Building a Laughing Loon Baidarka, Part 3. This video is a condensed version of the more detailed 90-minute videos available on my website at laughingloon.com. In Part 2 of Building a Baidarka, we built the bow piece, and in Part 1 we built the tail piece. And now we're setting them up on the strongback with the rest of the stations to begin stripping of the hull. Start by setting up the bow piece and station 1 on the strongback. Measure for the rocker and measure for the distance to station number 2. Continue to measure the rocker and station spacings for the rest of the stations. I use spring clamps to hold my stations so I can make quick adjustments. The shear strip is glued to the upper bow piece and then tacked to the stations with hot glue. I clamp strips to stations near the stems until hot glue cools. Pairs of spring clamps create hooks to hold the loose shear strip as I work my way down the stations, tacking the shear strip in place. Each strip is carefully fitted into the upper and lower bow surfaces. Each strip is fitted before it's glued in place. All the clamps necessary to hold it exactly where it needs to be for a perfect fit are applied and then removed before final bonding with carpenter's glue. All strips are edge bonded with yellow carpenter's glue, not hot glue. Hot glue is not a permanent bond. Hot glue is used to tack strips to stations, and then clamps hold strips in place until the hot glue cools. Between stations, spring clamps are applied to make sure that edges are aligned perfectly. Beads of hot glue are applied across strip joints between stations to keep strip edges aligned between stations when the spring clamps are removed in 90 seconds. This allows the next strip to be applied before the glue has totally cured. The heat gun is used to twist and bend the strips so they fit perfectly against the stations and into the bow surfaces with minimal clamping pressure. The strip end is fit into the recess and shaped to fit the curve of the lower bow. Then it's clamped in place from bow to stern without glue to ensure it fits perfectly. Only then are the clamps removed, the strip is taken off, glue is applied, and the process is repeated for each new strip. I apply strips from the shear line up and then I work with strips on the keel and strip down to meet the shear strips. Each strip is dry fitted, clamped totally in place before glue is applied to bond strip edges. Filling in the rest of the hull bottom requires strips that are tapered at both ends. This transition strip in the tail piece was actually twisted with a heat gun before it was tapered. Once the dry fit is perfect, the strip's removed and then carpenter's glue is applied to bond strip edges. Some very fine strip tapers need to be supported before they can be shaped with a plane. Measurements of the gap size are transferred onto a strip, so the last strip can be shaped to fit in place perfectly. Hello, I'm Rob Max, designer, builder, and owner of Laughing Loon Custom Canoes and Kayaks in Jefferson, Maine. If you have any questions or comments, you can email me at rob@laughingloon.com, or you can give me a telephone call at 207-549-3531. And as always, the latest information and updates and announcements for videos will be at my website, laughingloon.com. Thank you. Thanks for watching and happy paddling. Visit my website for more videos, canoe and kayak plans, and a whole lot of free information.